Greetings and welcome to Lost Pages, a sanctuary for the forgotten, the curious, and the downright bizarre. Throughout history, humanity has embarked on a relentless quest to understand the world and its mysteries, particularly in the realm of medicine. Join me today as we delve into the annals of ancient cures, practices that, while well-intentioned, often led to consequences far more dire than the ailments they sought to treat. From bloodletting to the consumption of mummy powder, prepare to be astonished by the lengths our ancestors went to in their pursuit of healing. For over 2 millennia, the practice of bloodletting, or phlebotomy, reigned supreme in the medical world. Ancient physicians, influenced by the teachings of Hippocrates, believed that the human body was governed by 4 humours: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. Illness, they posited, arose from an imbalance of these vital fluids. Bloodletting, in their eyes, was a logical solution, a way to restore equilibrium and harmony within the body. Imagine a time when a simple headache, a touch of fever, or even a melancholic disposition could lead to the opening of a vein. Leeches, those fascinating creatures with their insatiable thirst for blood, were often employed for this purpose, carefully placed on the patient's skin to draw out the offending excess. Lancet incisions too were commonplace, a swift slice to release the purportedly tainted blood. The practice transcended geographical boundaries and cultural differences. From ancient Greece and Rome to medieval Europe and beyond, bloodletting held sway, its efficacy seemingly beyond question. Royalty and commoners alike succumbed to the lancet, their hopes pinned on this age-old remedy. Yet, as we now know, the rationale behind bloodletting was tragically flawed. Rather than restoring balance, the removal of blood, often in significant quantities, served only to weaken the patient. Anemia, infections, and even death were frequent outcomes, casting a long shadow over this once revered practice. The decline of bloodletting was a gradual process, fueled by careful observation and the emergence of new scientific understanding. Today, its use is largely relegated to the treatment of specific conditions, such as hemochromatosis, a disorder characterized by iron overload. Our journey into the annals of ancient medicine leads us now to a practice as perplexing as it is terrifying: trepanation, the act of drilling holes into the skull. Imagine, if you will, the trepidation of the patient, the primitive tools at the surgeon's disposal, and the utter lack of anesthesia. Why, you might ask, would any sane person subject themselves to such an ordeal? The answer, it seems, lies in the ancient belief that trepanation could cure a multitude of ailments, from epilepsy and migraines to mental illness and even demonic possession. By creating an opening in the skull, it was believed that evil spirits could be released, pressure could be relieved, and the afflicted individual could find solace from their torment. Evidence of trepanation dates back thousands of years, with archaeological discoveries revealing skulls bearing the telltale signs of this ancient surgery. From the Americas to Europe, Africa, and Asia, the practice appears to have been surprisingly widespread. The tools used for trepanation varied depending on the time period and location. Sharp stones, obsidian blades, and even trephine drills, instruments specifically designed for this purpose, have all been unearthed at archaeological sites. The skill of the individuals performing these procedures should not be underestimated. Examining the archaeological evidence, it is clear that many patients survived the surgery, as evidenced by bone regrowth around the edges of the trepanation holes. While the rationale behind trepanation may seem absurd to us today, it is essential to remember that these practices were rooted in the beliefs and understandings of the time. Trepanation, like many other ancient medical practices, serves as a stark reminder of the long and often perilous journey humanity has undertaken in its quest to conquer disease and alleviate suffering. Our exploration of ancient cures takes a rather toxic turn as we delve into the use of mercury, a substance we now know to be highly poisonous in treating various ailments. The allure of mercury, also known as quicksilver for its liquid metallic nature, lay in its association with Hermes, the Greek god of healing and magic. This shimmering, otherworldly substance seemed to hold the promise of potent remedies, capable of vanquishing even the most stubborn of afflictions. One such affliction was syphilis, a sexually transmitted infection that ravaged Europe in the 15th and 16th centuries. With no known cure, physicians turned to mercury, believing it could eradicate the disease. Patients were subjected to a variety of treatments, from topical ointments containing mercury to the inhalation of mercury vapors. In some cases, they were even given mercury pills or injections. While mercury did exhibit some efficacy in combating syphilis, its side effects were often severe and debilitating. Patients experienced excessive salivation, hair loss, tremors, and even organ damage. The phrase "mad as a hatter" is believed to have originated from the neurological damage suffered by hat makers who used mercury in their craft. Despite its toxicity, mercury continued to be used medicinally well into the 20th century. It was prescribed for a wide range of ailments, including constipation, depression, and toothaches. The legacy of mercury as a medicine is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most well-intentioned treatments can have unintended and harmful consequences. Our exploration of ancient remedies now takes us to the realm of the macabre, to the use of mummy powder as medicine. Imagine, if you will, the dimly lit apothecaries of old, where shelves were lined with jars containing not only herbs and minerals, but also ground-up remains of ancient Egyptians. The use of mummy powder, also known as mumia, originated in ancient Egypt, where mummified remains were believed to possess magical and medicinal properties. This belief stemmed from the Egyptians' intricate process of mummification, which was intended to preserve the body for the afterlife. The use of resins, spices, and other natural preservatives in the mummification process led to the belief that these substances held potent healing powers. As trade routes expanded, so too did the demand for mumia. By the Middle Ages, mummy powder had become a sought-after commodity in Europe, where it was prescribed for a wide range of ailments, from headaches and stomach aches to epilepsy and even the plague. The practice of consuming ground-up mummies may seem utterly bizarre, even repulsive to us today. However, it is essential to remember that this practice was rooted in the beliefs and understandings of the time. People in the past did not have the same understanding of disease and decomposition that we do today. They were often desperate for cures and willing to try anything that offered a glimmer of hope. The use of mummy powder as medicine persisted for centuries, finally declining in the 19th century as scientific understanding advanced. Today, the practice is viewed as a curious footnote in the history of medicine, a testament to the lengths our ancestors went to in their pursuit of healing. Our journey into the annals of ancient cures concludes with a rather pungent topic: the use of animal dung in ointments and poultices. Yes, you heard that correctly. In the ancient world, the excrement of various creatures, from cows and pigs to dogs and even humans, was believed to hold medicinal properties. The use of animal dung in medicine can be traced back to ancient Egypt, where cow dung was used to treat wounds and burns. The logic behind this practice, however flawed, lay in the observation that wounds treated with cow dung often healed without becoming infected. What ancient physicians failed to realize was that cow dung, while not inherently antiseptic, created an environment that was less hospitable to certain types of bacteria. The use of animal dung in medicine was not limited to ancient Egypt. In ancient Greece, pigeon droppings were a popular remedy for baldness. In Rome, gladiator sweat was collected and sold as an aphrodisiac. And in medieval Europe, human waste was used to treat everything from toothaches to the plague. While some types of animal dung, such as cow dung, may have possessed some limited medicinal properties, the vast majority of these treatments were ineffective at best and downright dangerous at worst. The use of animal dung in ointments and poultices often led to infections, sepsis, and even death. From bloodletting to mercury treatments, our journey through the annals of ancient cures has revealed a fascinating and often unsettling chapter in human history. While these practices may seem misguided and even barbaric by today's standards, they serve as a stark reminder of the enduring human desire to conquer disease and alleviate suffering. Be sure to follow our Instagram page at pageslost42 for more behind-the-scenes glimpses into the making of these videos and the stories behind them. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history of medicine, be sure to subscribe to Lost Pages for more explorations of the forgotten, the curious, and the downright bizarre. Until next time, keep exploring the lost pages of history.